Welcome. My name is Thomas. I'm here to share in this video the dependent care credit and slang terms, the babysitting credit. This is a credit that this year, for the first time since I've been doing income taxes, that they made this credit refundable. So for people who have child care expenses, they using 8,000 for one child and 6,000 for two children. So if you fall into the category where you paying for your own child care expenses because your job doesn't give you any uh, assistance on that, and you have to pay out of pocket, and you make too much money to qualify for some of the programs that's out here that's designed to pay for your own child care, then you will have to pay fully out of pocket. And that's going to be a big help to you this year because number one, they're using higher dollar amounts to calculate the credit. And two, they're giving you 50% of that amount back to you in the form of a refund. So that's the great thing about the change that's happening this upcoming tax season. Uh, Another change that's taking place is for single people who have no children or single people who have children but can't claim them because maybe they're too old to even get a credit for, then they have lowered the age from 25 to 19 for those group of people who might be in the age bracket where they're 19, 20, 21, 22, where they normally would have to be 25 in order to get a earn income credit, especially with not having children. So if you're a single person with no children and you're under 25, one of the new changes is now you qualify for an income tax credit based on your total dollar amount that you work for in 2021. So that's one of the other changes. Uh, Everybody who received the advanced child tax payment, a lot of those letters are flooding out. A lot of people are getting them, and you want to take that and bring it to your tax professional to show how much you got. What I'm instructing my clients to do, if you have a discrepancy in what they say they sent you versus what you can prove they sent you, then you want to put that on the back burner, deal with your original refund amount, get that money, and then double back around and deal with any discrepancy you might have concerning the payments that they sent you in 2021 that you say doesn't line up, because more than likely you have a refund coming anyway, and you want to hold up your original refund just for a few $100s that doesn't match. So you don't want to put yourself in a predicament. It's bad enough last year, and we still have hundreds of thousands of people who still haven't got a refund yet. You don't want to put yourself in that predicament either by having an issue about not getting your stimulus or not getting the advance payment, not matching what they say they sent you versus what the letter said. You want to put yourself in none of those situations up front. You want to basically do a complete and accurate return based on your individual situation. Get what you got coming. Hopefully, you won't have to wait as long as some people still waiting to get a refund, and then double back around and say, "Hey, let's take a look at the discrepancy and what they say they sent me versus what my deposit show in my account." And so if you can prove that, then that's a whole nother story in itself. And so another change that happening of the upcoming tax season is, like I say, the child care is refundable. Uh, they lowered the age, so single people with no children can qualify for earned income credit. Uh, Father, I know the child tax credit, they had a refundable portion of that from last year. I think carried over, which was 1,400 max. Then your earned income credit that you got on top of the child tax credit, on top of the advanced child tax credit. And what they did this year was they changed the name of the form 8812. It used to be called the additional child tax credit. They changed that name and they changed it to child and other dependent credit. So that's the new name of the form for 8812. And that's the form that we use to put your advanced tax payments on. So if you got the letter 6419 that shows how much you received, if you received anything, then it's a section on that form that we put that dollar amount in to show this is going to be deducted from your total refund amount. And so what makes up your total refund amount and what help makes that total refund amount up is your federal withholdings, child tax credit play a role in that, earned income credit play a role in that, the the Child Dependent Care Expense that's refundable now play a role in that. And American Opportunity Credit, which we call the Obama credit, which is the education credit, plays a role in that. So we got 5 possible different credits that play a role in determining what your overall refund can be going forward in 2021 tax season, which we take care of in 2022. So the people who are going to hope the worst this year will be people who didn't work in 2021 at all, but got a whole lot of unemployment, didn't have no federal taxes taken out of it all, and on top of that, got the advanced child tax payment received during that year. So those are the group of people who are going to find themselves not getting a refund, find themselves in the hole because, number one, they didn't work. So for people who don't work, who got unemployment, you get no earned income tax credit. So there's nothing to give you for that. If you had no federal taxes taken out, there's nothing to give you for that. And based on the age of your child, you may or may not qualify for child tax credit or other dependent credit based on the age. And then on top of that, if you didn't go to school or didn't have no college-age kids that went to school for the American Opportunity Credit, which is the education credit 863, which that credit is really only for people who paid out of pocket for school. So if you went to a college and you paid out of pocket because you couldn't afford, because you didn't qualify for scholarships or grants, then the education credit was designed for you. Or for the parents who had kids going to college that didn't qualify for grants or scholarships because as a parent they made too much money for you to receive funding. And so the education credit was designed to help offset some of the burden of them paying out of pocket for their children's education or their own education. So these are the factors that's happening in 2021 tax return year that we handle in 2022. So if you didn't work at all, you didn't have no federal taxes taken out of your unemployment, and you also got the advanced tax payment credit, you definitely want to be at your tax professional taking a look at what you're looking like in the way of not getting a refund and how much you're going to owe. And so that's the predicament for people who didn't work, got unemployment, didn't have the federal taxes taken out, and also got the advanced tax payments. So I'm doing a special right now until January 31st. I also pay taxes accurately and professionally based on your individual situation. I'm doing a flat rate, which is lower than what I normally do. My standard pricing is normally $395 and $495, but right now I'm doing a flat rate for the month of January of $250. And if you want to lock yourself into that price, all you have to do is reach out to me. Let's talk, let's chat, let's connect, and lock you in by making a simple down payment of $100 to lock you in at the $250 price point for getting your taxes done accurately and professionally based on your individual situation. And I'll see you in my next video.